morning and welcome to Arlington Life Today. Thanks for joining us after Kevin's sermon here. He's pretty deep in his sermon series now, and the listening heart, and so I'm sure that was a treat. I'm here with Eunice. Hey Eunice, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
This is actually Eunice's first time here today, behind the camera, in front of the mic. So
yes.
Now we know who you are, but just in case they don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. Okay. My name is Eunice, obviously. I work for Nissan. I'm a financial service manager. I've been a part of this church for over 17 years. I obviously have a great connection to the church because my husband is the minister of music. So I always get to stay in the background and cheer him on.
Now, do you critique him much when he's, in the afternoon?
Yeah, when he shows facial expressions, he shouldn't show.
Fair enough. All right, well, we have a packed schedule to get through, so let's talk a little bit about what we have going on. We have our Christmas program coming up.
Yes, so our Christmas program will be on December 18th. It is the Gift of Hope. And please come out, invite your family, your friends, and join us for this special program presented by our Legacy service at 9 a.m. or our Mosaic service, which is at 11:30.
And it's a music program this year?
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be
Very
awesome.
Nice. Very cool. The week after that is actually, we are meeting on Christmas Day.
Yes, and there will be an abbreviated schedule. So just so you know, there will be no YG service, no Sabbath schools, no UG talks. So you only want to come in for either our 10 a.m. outdoor service or our 11:30 family Christmas services.
So fingers crossed, the weather's nice, and so all of us that tend to show up outdoors won't be freezing to death or sleeting, because it's not going to snow on Christmas. That's probably too much to ask for. Oh, that would be amazing. Can you imagine snow, outdoor church, go back home? That's too good. It'll just be sleeting and nasty, so let's not even pretend like that's going to happen. We also have church, Sabbath falls on January the 1st this year also.
Yes, and so we will have our New Year's Day communion. That will be January 1st, and it will be during our Mosaic services. As we begin a new year, let's resolve together to seek God's guidance for our church and our families.
Does the Francis family do New Year's resolutions?
Actually, we do not.
Oh, no. All right. I don't think we do either. At least I don't remember us doing them, which means we don't ever finish them. So I'm guessing we don't do those either. Maybe we should this year. This year, maybe?
Yeah, do it.
Run a marathon? Okay. I don't think my knee is going to allow that to happen. During the week, Kevin has his Wednesday prayer, what is it called? Bible study? Sorry. And he's going through the book of Daniel right now. And that's a really nice time to kind of spend with Kevin as he's dissecting kind of section by section, chapter by chapter. He does a really good job of that. Those are recorded, so you can go back and visit those if work interferes or if the timing just doesn't work, if maybe you don't get up that early in the morning. Man, that would be nice, right?
That would be nice.
For most of us that work during that time, you're like, we definitely wake up before that.
Right.
Tell us a bit about what's going on with Revive right now.
Yes, so Revive is going to be taking donations. So they have received 3 pallets of luxury linens, thanks to our friend Jonathan Arroyo, who made the connection. They received 150 pairs of socks for the homeless from a connection made via Palm Sami. So it's God's blessings just keep pouring in, and we're really excited about that.
In addition to that, we also had a really large donation of some equipment for the eye clinic.
Yes.
And I want to make sure I get this right. It's Dr. Alicia Punawala. She donated a keratometer and a tonometer.
Nice.
Now, we did look those up before we came on today. I think it's that little thing that puts a little air puff in your eye. So I think that's for glaucoma, and the other one I think is for cornea. Don't quote me on that.
We think.
But we got some equipment, which would allow us to have more frequent vision clinics, because now we have our own equipment and we can start to build on that.
Yes.
I was talking to someone this week, and they were trying to figure out if they could donate some other medical equipment. And I didn't think it qualified for us, but it's nice that people are kind of thinking along that line now of we are a destination for really, really expensive stuff, whether it be just a bunch of socks or linens or clothes or medical equipment. So that's pretty amazing. That's not all Revive's doing. Revive's also collecting donations for Christmas.
Yes.
A little bit of the toy.
Yes, so they will have one more week to get all the Christmas gifts into Revive before Christmas Toy Store December 5th. There will be a 250 children enrolled in Revive Christmas Wish list. So if you would love to participate, please bring a new unwrapped toy for a child and drop it off in the foyer of the office during the business hours by December 4th.
Right, that's December 4th, so that's Sabbath, December 4th, and then it's for, they're going to work on everything on December the 5th. So that's our cutoff date is December the 4th. I think we have one of those that we were shopping for the other day at Target. I don't think we actually bought anything, so I think we probably need to get that done this week.
Probably
now that
so.
we're on the clock. Okay. Pathfinders is also collecting socks, hats, gloves for their next visit to Unity Park, so that's so they can donate them to the people in need at the park. And then, as always, Revive is always looking for diapers, specifically sizes 4 through 6. Okay, I think we hit everything.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not true. I'm sure we missed something. But we had a good time.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Eunice, for being here this morning.
Thank you.
We're going to watch a short video, and when we come back, we're going to be joined by Lovina. We're going to have a quick interview with her. So Thank you. Have a great morning, everyone.
Bye.
All right, welcome back. I'm joined here by Lovina Johnson. Good morning, Lovina.
Good morning.
Now, you've been on camera a little bit out that direction. I'm pointing toward the church right now. Sorry, no one knows where that is. But so you just sang, and you sing like all the time, but that's not actually how, I assume that's not how you make your money.
No.
All right, who pays you to show up, and what do you do when you do show up?
Well, I'm Lovina, as you mentioned. I'm a physical therapist, and I have been one for 31 years, I believe.
Okay.
It's been about 31 years,
Nice.
yes. And it's just the biggest thing in my life that I really, really love. I really enjoy my job, really working with people.
Very nice. Do you have your own clinic? Do you work with a hospital?
So I work with people that have dementia.
Okay.
And I also have my own on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and my specialty is manual therapy. So basically what that means is using my hands to help to get you back into postural alignment and to work on finding out the cause of your pain and getting you back into the spot.
Now, you're not the only physical therapist we have here.
No.
I know Dr. Moses is a physical therapist. Are there more physical therapists we have in church?
Yes, Ethan.
Oh, okay.
Ethan, I can't think of his last name right now. Aubrey's dad. Let's get the dad. He's a physical therapist, and I'm not sure if others in the church, but I'm sure there's somebody else. Yeah.
Now, Jason is also a very much hands-on kind of guy. I know because he's worked on me and he's hurt me many times. Okay. Now, with dementia patients, I'm guessing that's less hands-on, trauma-centered stuff.
Well, actually, what's interesting is the basic part of working with dementia patients is helping them to continue to keep their skills with walking, transfers, getting in and out of bed.
Okay.
However, I have put my manual skills to work with patients who are cognitively impaired also, in that sometimes they may have some trunk weakness and leaning to one side, or tightness in their hips or their lower core that's causing rigidity. So manual skills go a long way and can go in any genre.
Now, whenever physical therapists say tightness, that is going to result in you hands-on working those muscles to release them out?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Hence
yes.
pain.
Well, it
I mean, you
depends
don't
on
say
what
that,
technique you're using.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
It's going to hurt a little bit, though, yeah?
It might.
Okay, that's
but
fair enough.
the end result is always what you're looking for. So.
Very cool.
Yes.
What drew you to that particular subsection of physical therapy?
Well, I actually started out initially wanting to be a doctor.
Okay.
I was going to be an OBGYN. I was fascinated with babies. And then when I was in school, I realized that wasn't really where I wanted to go. So then I started moving on to physical therapy. And then when you go through school, I mean, it's just a general, treatment of pain and blah, blah, blah. And then I worked with a therapist who had such great results with her patients, and she would actually close the clinic down. We worked for Kaiser at the time, and she would close the clinic down in the morning and just teach us and work with us. And then I started taking extra courses to find out what she knew, and from there it just spiraled. But yeah, I really, really, really love being manual.
Now, do people at your work, do they know that you sing and you're super involved here at church?
Maybe a little bit. They do pull me in to sing for. What do we have recently? We had Veterans Day. They had me down. I'm actually getting ready to sing for Remembrance Day for in Christmas time. We're going to remember all the patients that passed away this year. So I'm singing for that.
Very nice.
So it's starting to get out there a little bit, yes.
Okay. And you've been here at Arlington for how long now?
So the way I think of for years is basically I'm thinking on the age of my children.
Okay.
So we came to Arlington back when my oldest Ariel was in second grade, and she's 19 now. So you do the math.
All right.
And we came mostly because she was going to Burton Academy, and we wanted to be part of the church, but the whole,
Yeah.
And so we started coming here, and at that time, Naya was she was in my tummy because Naomi Castro reminds me that we met in the bathroom, and I was pregnant. And I was like, oh, I was. So
Nice.
Naya just turned 10, so we've been here about 10 years.
Awesome.
Yes.
And you're a Terrapin mom.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you want
What
to
you
shout
know
out
about
to
that?
to
Yes,
Maryland?
my
All right.
oldest daughter is a Terrapin.
All right, fair enough.
Didn't know. Yeah, she goes to the University of Maryland.
All right.
You see my smile
Yeah,
and my pride.
yeah.
Yes, I should have worn my hat. And she really loves the University of Maryland. We're from the Maryland area,
Okay.
and we moved here in 2010, so 2009 actually.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome. Okay. And so you have a nice connection with Burton there. All right.
yes, have
Very
a nice
cool.
connection with Burton. And this church has been so supportive. Really love, I watched how my daughter grew up in the church and being involved. And then Naya, as most of you guys know, has special needs. She has Down syndrome. And we did not know she was going to have Down syndrome before she was born, which I know that was a blessing of the Lord because that would have been stressful.
Sure.
And so as a physical therapist, what I didn't mention is that I have worked in pretty much every genre except treating animals. I don't treat animals, even though I did treat one of my friend's dogs one time. So I had done pediatrics for a very long time, and then I had my own daughter with Down syndrome.
Sure.
So it was just like the Lord just slid that right on in. And I worked with Naya starting from she was really small, even though she went to other therapies. But, I put the hands on her, and the Lord has blessed through that.
Awesome.
I also treated her, just like I treated my oldest daughter, and we read, and we did all kinds of things. And if you're familiar with people with Down syndrome, a lot of times they're not able to talk real clearly just because of the weakness in their oral musculature and weakness in their core. And so we've worked on that a lot. So you'll see Naya sometimes come up with me in first service. I'll have her come up and do the welcome, or she loves to sing. She was in my tummy while I was singing, so she loves to sing. Not always on key, but she does sing. And so, we work on that together. So she is such a blessing, and I'm just grateful. She's a gift.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she's a blessing for all of us because
Yes.
we were talking a little bit before you came on, like, we all know her, and she's not the only person with Down syndrome in our church.
No.
Chris, one of our more outspoken YG participants.
Yes,
is
I
around
love
a
seeing
lot.
him worship.
And so.
And love his mom, Vicky. That's my girl.
Vicky's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. The Doss family, we love them a ton. So being a special needs mom, you've talked a little bit about it, and then you have some training involved in that, but how has that been in the church? You said we have a really supportive church. What does that look like for you?
So even though I am a physical therapist and had training with other kids, it's still always a shock when it's your own child. So I want to put that out there. It's not an easy street or anything like that. And I did not take any kind of testing when I was expecting, even though I was an older mom, so we had no idea, as I said earlier. And so it was still a shock and the acceptance of realizing you have a child with special needs and then deciding where you're going to go with that. So I'm a fierce advocate for Naya. I'm always aware of how people may be looking at her or treating her. I've always taught her to walk very proud and act as though she's just the most special thing in the world, because she is. She's a great gift from God. And so as a result of that and the way in which she carries herself, I think she's very loved. Of course, where she sometimes has her inappropriate behavior. That's part of the
As do
specialty
my
of that.
children.
She loves to hug every person in church, and she's moving around. I got to kind of keep my side eye on her. I recently went on vacation, and someone asked me, "Did she go?" I said, "No, I went on vacation." So there are other sides of it to having a child with special needs. But this church has just with open arms, I have to say. Everybody knows Naya. Everyone loves on her, and even the strangers. That she'll hug the strangers. She doesn't discriminate. She'll just hug people, and they will still hug her back. And I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful for the way in which our church has surrounded her. She feels totally at home here.
Good. That's amazing.
And in Sabbath school, she goes up and she makes herself a helper. So
She does.
She's up in her Sabbath school. As soon as she comes, she says, "I'm here. I'm passing out papers," or she's going to help with some part of the activity. And the teachers all accommodate her, and I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, she is really, really amazing. Yeah, we are very lucky to have her and you here at the church.
Well, thank you so much.
I guess my last question is just tell us a little bit about your music ministry here. Now, obviously you sing, but what is kind of your music ministry? How do you feel like you kind of blend in?
Well, the
with
Lord
church?
has blessed me really, really well, I have to tell you. So when I was a small child, my mom saw something in me. My dad actually is a singer, my dad who's
Okay.
passed on. And my mom said that when I was little that I used to hum "Jesus Loves Me, This I Know," and I'd be on tune. So they were surprised about that, very little. So I sang my first solo when I was 5 years old.
Okay.
At the church that we went to at the time in New York City, Ephesus, Seventh-day Adventist Church, shout out. But in between that time, I got a little bit of the shyness of being a teenager and kind of fell off from singing. And even when I went out to college, I went to Oakwood, I was too shy to audition for any of the choirs. So
Okay.
fast
I'm
forward
sorry,
to today.
wait, you're shy?
At the time I was,
Okay,
yes. And
all
so
right.
fast forward to today, and the Lord has given me another opportunity to sing that with the talent that he gave me that I had buried for a little while. And now it's come back out, and I'm just really grateful. I really love singing, really love to sing.
Awesome. Well,
It's
we
God
love
is
hearing
good.
you sing. So
Amen.
I'm glad you're not shy anymore.
And I'm
Which is-
thankful to Jameson because I went up to him. I had just come here, and he didn't know me from Adam. And I said, "Hey, I would love to join the praise team." And he gave me that
Awesome.
opportunity. So I'm
Very
grateful.
cool. And the rest is history.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Man,
Yes.
thank you, Lovina, for being here this morning. Thank you for sharing a little bit about
Thank you for
your
having
life
me.
and your walk here. And shout out to all of our institutions
Yes. Yeah.
and locations and states and
Yes.
cities and churches this morning. Say hi to your girls for us.
I definitely will.
And thank you. We have, right after this, we have YG coming up. We have a special guest speaker. Gabrielle Harris is going to be here. And she was actually here interviewed a few weeks ago, so a face you may recognize. But again, thank you so much for being here. We hope that the church service, that Eunice, that Lovina, and I helped inform you a little bit, brought a little bit of warmth to your heart in this kind of chilly morning. Thank you so much for being here. We love you at the Arlington Seventh-day Adventist Church, and stay tuned for YG coming up next.